That's not good enough. We are not leaving them in there to die. I am not leaving here until I rescue everyone. If I have to do it at the expense of my life, then so be it. Nobody has to die. We won't repeat the same mistake twice, Chief. I, David, told my supervisor during the night of the incident. The name's David. For 7 years, I've worn the lieutenant's bars, and my 6-foot, muscular frame has hauled survivors and carried the dead out of every kind of hellfire this state could conjure. But tonight, the old Whitaker warehouse was a different kind of beast. It wasn't just burning. It was screaming, a roaring pillar of flame and black smoke that choked the stars. I stood at the edge of the light, the heat pressing my bunker gear like a physical hand. The air crackled, tasting of ash and despair. That's it. We're done. The voice belonged to my supervisor, Chief Miller. His face, etched with 30 years of tough calls, was set in stone. The core's gone, David. We're pulling everyone back. It's a write-off. My eyes were locked on the third-floor windows. The night watchman's log said 4 people, Chief. We only got 2 out. There are still 2 souls in that oven. And the main staircase is a molten waterfall, he countered, grabbing my arm to emphasize his point. It's a recovery mission now, not a rescue. I am not sending good men in to die. That's my final word. A memory, cold and sharp, pierced through the heat. A collapsed building a year ago, a tiny hand in the rubble, and the crushing weight of protocol. I turned on him, the ghost of that failure tightening my throat. That's not good enough. I yelled, the sound raw against the fire's roar. We are not leaving them in there to die. I am not leaving here until I rescue everyone. Chief Miller's eyes flashed with anger and something else, fear. For me. Lieutenant, I gave you an order. Stand down. If I have to do it at the expense of my life, then so be it. I stepped closer, our helmets almost touching. My voice dropped, becoming a low, intense vow. Nobody has to die. We won't repeat the same mistake twice, Chief. The air between us crackled. He knew the mistake. The one we never named. The one that sat between us at every briefing, in every silent ride back to the station. David, he said, his voice gruff. That was a tragedy. It wasn't your fault. This is a suicide mission. There is no way in. There's always a way, I insisted, my mind racing. The old freight elevator shaft on the north side. It's separate from the main structure. The fire might not have fully breached it. I can use the service ladder. It's a straight shot to the 3rd floor. As if to mock my plan, a deafening groan shuddered from the warehouse's core. A section of the roof near us gave way, crashing inward in a shower of sparks and splintered timber. The ground vibrated under our boots. You hear that? Miller shouted, pointing a gloved hand at the collapsing building. It's coming down. There's no time for this. There's always time until there isn't. I shot back, my eyes pleading now. 10 minutes, Chief. Just me. Don't risk the team. But give me a chance. Let me bring them home. Chief Miller looked from my desperate face to the inferno, then back to me. He was weighing the rulebook against the man, the protocol against the plea. He saw the 7 years of service, but he also saw the ghost that would forever haunt me if I stood down. He cursed a sharp, frustrated sound and keyed his radio. Reyes! Simmons! Get a hose line on the north face now. Cool that entire wall around the freight entrance. You have a 10-minute window, David. On my mark, you abort and come out. That is a direct order. Do you understand me? I understand, Chief. I didn't offer a thanks. There was no time. I turned my back on him, on the safety of the perimeter, and faced the alley leading to the north side. I took one last, deep breath from the cool, clean air in my tank, the hiss of familiar promise. Then I ran. The moment I crossed the threshold, the world changed. Chief, I'm in the north loading bay. I barked into my radio, my voice tight. The shaft access should be east of my position. Crackle. Copy, David. Move fast. Structural mics are picking up more stress. You have 8 minutes. Miller's voice was a tinny lifeline to the world of the living. I pushed forward, my boots crunching on smoldering debris. The path to the east was a tunnel of flame, with collapsed shelving creating a fiery maze. Every instinct screamed to turn back. Then I saw it. A movement. Chief, I have a visual. One survivor, on a collapsed mezzanine, directly ahead of my position. They're trapped behind a fall. A burst of static, then Miller's urgent reply. The mezzanine's not stable, David. The schematics show it's cantilevered. You can't go that way. I'm not leaving them. I yelled, already scanning for a route. The direct path was a river of fire. I need another way. Is there a path from the south? Stand by. I could hear the frantic rustling of papers in the background. Every second was a grain of sand falling. The survivor's hand dropped out of sight. My heart hammered against my ribs. Stay with me. Just stay with me. David, listen. If you can backtrack 10 yards, there's a corridor to your south, marked administration. It should loop you around. It's a longer route, but the thermal cam shows less heat signature there. It should bring you up behind their position. Administration, copy, I said, already moving, forcing my body to turn away from the person I was trying to reach. It felt like a betrayal. The smoke was thicker here, a rolling, acrid fog. I found the doorway, the sign half melted but legible. The corridor was narrower, darker. The flames here were lower, licking at the walls but not yet claiming the center. Chief, I'm in the corridor. It's passable. How far? Keep going. It should end at a stairwell. Go up one flight. You'll come out on the west end of the mezzanine. You're almost there, son. 6 minutes. The stairwell door was hot to the touch, but it opened. The air inside was marginally clearer. I took the steps 2 at a time, my breathing loud in my mask. Pushing the door at the top open, I emerged onto the mezzanine. I'm here, I shouted, my voice muffled by the mask. Can you hear me? I'm a firefighter. A weak, coughing sound was the only reply. I started forward, testing the stability of the floor with each step. It felt spongy, giving way under my weight. David, the mics are going crazy. The whole west side is destabilizing. You have to move. Miller's voice was sharp with alarm. I'm almost to them. I called back, my focus entirely on the slab. I reached it, scrambling over a tangle of rebar. Behind it, a man in coveralls was curled in a ball, his face covered in soot, his eyes wide with terror. He looked up at me, a flicker of hope cutting through the fear. I've got you, I said, my voice firm, trying to project a calm I didn't feel. My name's David. I'm getting you out of here. I quickly checked him for major injuries. He seemed dazed but mobile. Chief, I've reached the survivor. Male, conscious, appears ambulatory. We're coming out via the admin corridor. Negative, David. The heat spiked down there. It's blocked. You can't go back the way you came. The world seemed to shrink. The roar of the fire grew louder, the heat more intense. The only path was the one I'd seen first, the treacherous, fiery direct route over the unstable mezzanine floor. Then what's our play, Chief? I asked, my arm around the shaking man, helping him to his feet. We're trapped up here. The floor beneath us gave another sickening lurch. Our escape route was vanishing before our eyes. The man's grip on my arm was a vice of desperation. I've got you, sir. My name's David. We're getting out, I said, my voice a forced calm against the building's death rattle. I began to half-drag, half-carry him back the way I came, toward the tilting section of the mezzanine. No, he suddenly gasped, his voice a raw scrape. He planted his feet, a surprising burst of strength halting our progress. Not that way. It's the only way left, I insisted, pulling him forward. The other route is blocked. You don't understand, he cried, his eyes wide, reflecting the hellfire around us. He wasn't just looking at the flames, he was looking into them. There was a strange, awful recognition in his gaze. Chief, survivor is disoriented, resisting. I reported into the radio, struggling to keep a hold on him. We're proceeding to the east exit. Negative, David. The east mezzanine is about to go. The thermal shows it's seconds from a full collapse. Find another way. Panic, cold and sharp, cut through the heat. There is no other way. I shouted back. It was then that the man did something I didn't expect. Instead of fighting me, he went utterly still. His body, which had been a dead weight, now felt like a statue. He looked at me, and the terror in his eyes was suddenly eclipsed by a profound, chilling resignation. You shouldn't have come for me, he said, his voice eerily flat. It's my job. Now let's go. I tugged on his arm, but he wrenched it back with a violent jerk, stumbling away from me. The movement was so sudden I nearly lost my balance on the unstable floor. I said, you shouldn't have come, he screamed, the words tearing from him. I lit the match. Don't you get it? I wanted this. The world seemed to slow. The roar of the fire faded to a dull hum in my ears. I stared at him, my mind refusing to process the words. What? The warehouse, he cried, his face contorted in a mixture of agony and defiance. He gestured wildly at the inferno consuming us. It was me. I poured the accelerant in the storage office. I started it. My blood ran cold. Why? Why would you do that? It's all gone. My business, my life's work. It's all in here. The bankruptcy, they were taking it all on Monday. He let out a hollow, broken laugh that was worse than any scream. I couldn't let them have it. And I couldn't go on. I was supposed to be in here alone. I was supposed to just disappear. But the night watchman, he wasn't supposed to be here. And his friend, he broke down, sobbing, his body convulsing. They're dead because of me. They're dead. The confession hit me like a physical blow. The two victims we'd pulled out earlier, they hadn't been trapped by an accident. They'd been casualties of this man's despair. The fire wasn't a tragedy. It was a suicide note written in gasoline and flame, and two innocent men had been caught in the margins. "Chief," I whispered into the radio, my voice shaking. "Did you copy that?" A long, static-filled silence. Then Miller's voice, grim and heavy. "We copied. David, the entire west wall is coming down. You have to move. Now. That's an order." The man, whose name I didn't even know, looked at me. The fight was gone from him, replaced by a bottomless pit of shame. "Leave me," he pleaded, his voice barely a whisper. "Just go. This is what I wanted. Let it end." Every fiber of my training, every oath I had taken, screamed at me to grab him, to subdue him if I had to, and drag him out. A man who starts a fire is an arsonist, a criminal. But the man standing before me was also a victim, consumed by a different kind of fire long before tonight. The floor beneath us groaned, a deep, terminal sound. A large crack snaked across the concrete between us, glowing with angry, orange light from the inferno below. The choice was no longer about protocol or guilt. It was a split-second decision between saving a life that didn't want to be saved and becoming a casualty of that same despair. The heat was unbearable, the air unbreathable. He stood on the other side of the growing fissure, waiting for the end he'd engineered. And I, Lieutenant David Thorne, stood frozen, the weight of his confession and the chief's order pulling me in two impossible directions. "Chief, did you copy that?" I whispered, the words ash in my dry throat. The radio crackled, Miller's voice strained and urgent. "We copied. David, the entire west wall is coming down. You have to move. Now. That's an order." The man, the arsonist, the victim, took a step back, closer to the edge of the crumbling mezzanine. "Leave me," he pleaded, his voice hollow. "Just go. This is what I wanted. Let it end." My training took over, a cold, professional switch flipping inside me, pushing down the storm of emotions. The fury at his actions, the pity for his pain, the chilling fear that he was right. I had to be a firefighter now, not a judge or a priest. "What you wanted doesn't matter anymore," I said, my voice low and steady, cutting through the roar. I took a deliberate step forward, my boots finding purchase on the shuddering concrete. "This isn't a negotiation. My job is to get you out of here, and that's what I'm going to do." He shook his head, a frantic, jerky motion. "No, you don't understand. I killed them. I don't deserve to walk out of here. I deserve to burn with it. What you deserve and what's going to happen are two different things," I retorted, my eyes locked on his. I took another step. The crack between us widened, embers swirling up from the abyss. "Your guilt is a problem for later. For now, you're a life that needs saving. And I don't leave people behind." It was the wrong thing to say. The phrase, my mantra, the one I'd shouted at the chief, now felt like a mockery. His face twisted in a fresh wave of anguish. "You already left them behind," he screamed, pointing a trembling finger into the fiery heart of the warehouse. "The two men who were in here with me. Because of me. You can't save me from this. No one can." His words were a physical blow, a direct hit on the unhealed wound of my own past. The ghost of the lady from the bakery collapse seemed to materialize in the smoke between us. I won't repeat the same mistake twice. The promise I'd made to the chief, to myself, echoed bitterly in my skull. Letting this man die would be a different kind of failure, but a failure all the same. The floor gave another violent lurch. A large section of the mezzanine behind him broke away and crashed into the inferno below. We were running out of floor, running out of time. "I'm not asking you," I said, my voice dropping into a tone I usually reserved for the most chaotic scenes, absolute, uncompromising command. "We are leaving. Now." "I won't go," he yelled, planting his feet, his body rigid with a final, desperate defiance. That was all the answer I needed. The time for talk was over. "All right," I said, the word flat and cold. "Have it your way." In one fluid motion, born from countless hours of drill, I closed the remaining distance. He saw me coming and swung a wild, panicked fist. I ducked under it, my body moving on autopilot. I grabbed his swinging arm, pivoted my hips, and used his own momentum against him, executing a swift hip toss that drove him to the groaning concrete. The air rushed out of his lungs with a pained whoosh. Before he could recover, I was on him, my knee planted firmly in the small of his back. I yanked his wrists together, pulling a short length of rescue webbing from my belt. "What are you doing?" he gasped, struggling weakly beneath me. "What I have to," I grunted, swiftly securing his hands. I worked fast, the heat searing my exposed neck. He was sobbing now, great, heaving cries of despair and relief, all the fight gone out of him. He was just a man again, a broken man I had just subdued on a collapsing island in a sea of fire. I hauled him to his feet. He was dead weight, but compliant now, the struggle drained from him. "We're going that way," I said, pointing toward the fiery, unstable path I'd initially seen. "You walk or I drag you. Your choice." I keyed my radio, my breath coming in ragged gasps. "Chief, I have him. We're coming out the east side. The mezzanine is gone behind us. It's our only shot. Godspeed, Lieutenant." Miller's voice came back, thin with static and tension. "We'll be ready." I looked at the path ahead, a narrow, tilting ledge of concrete, with fire below and fire above. I gave the man a shove. "Move."